land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Day we go beach, river and waterfall, and we have a lot of party when the night fall. Roll a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand. Rum beer, jerk chicken, roast fish, yellow yam. Them say we beat unique, so every boy, every girl come to Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world.
To the Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live stream of the Rediscover Jamaica launch brought to you by the Jamaica Tourist Board. Wherever you're tuning in from, we just want to say a warm, nice, sweet Jamaican welcome. We're here at the gardens of the Jamaica Pegasus, and we're getting a little blessings in the form of rain. But guess what? You know we're Jamaicans, right? So we're hot, warm. We have the sun shining all the way through. Thank you so much for joining us today, and it's going to be a wonderful afternoon, rain or shine. We have some fantastic gifts for you, and of course we have gifts to give away. It wouldn't be a party unless we have things to give. So we just want you to look out for the giveaways this evening, and of course make your way to the rediscoverjamaica.com site to sign up to be eligible to win any of these prizes. Right now we're going to throw over to the main stage so we can take a look at what's happening today.
Welcome to your charto.
Can I offer you a glass of champagne?
We're going to be going up the Sansan coastline, direction Blue Lagoon. So here you're going to see a series of Jamaican-owned vacation properties on your right. And then as we pass these properties, we'll be entering the world-famous Blue Lagoon. This is one of the most magical places in Jamaica, and it was once said it was a bottomless lagoon. This is actually not true. Free divers and scuba divers have reached the bottom, but it is in fact pretty deep, with over 90 feet worth of depth. The Blue Lagoon is one of the Caribbean's best kept secrets. Here we are, guys. We've just docked up in the middle of the Blue Lagoon, tied up on the almond tree. Feel free to have a swim, sunbathe on the floating pontoon, and enjoy and feel immersed in this beautiful jungle meets the ocean environment.
Welcome to Pelu Island, otherwise known as Monkey Island. Today we have a lovely, lovely lunch spread for you both.
Welcome back, everyone. We're still here, and the rain is still coming down, so we're a little bit delayed. But no, watch that. Everything good, man. And as you can see, I have with me a fantastic guest here. Well, he's actually our master of ceremonies for the evening. Bambino, big up yourself.
What's going on? What's going on?
I see you got a little drizzle.
Yeah, well, you know, a nice little shower of blessing.
And that's right, that's right. So, how much of Jamaica do you actually know?
I know all of Jamaica. If you need
Really?
a tour guide, you just check me right now.
You think so?
Yes, man.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your favorite parish?
My favorite parish, St.
Yeah.
Mary.
Why?
Because both my parents came from St. Mary.
Oh, I was just going to say because it's pretty enough banana there. I like banana bread.
And I spent a lot of time there as a kid.
Oh,
But I love Portland, though.
yes,
Portland.
I think Portland is definitely a
Yeah.
jewel.
Yeah.
Okay, so this afternoon we're talking about rediscovering Jamaica. Have you been on any staycations, vacations
Well, I
since
take...
the whole down?
Yeah, I take every opportunity to do that because I just feel that a lot of places in Jamaica, people like to stay where they live, and sometimes it's good to get out and discover, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we Jamaicans, we really need to go out there and see other places that we
Definitely.
haven't been to.
Somewhere from you go to since you're picnic, you know, go back there. It's
Yeah.
time to rediscover our island.
Yeah, so it's great. I try my best every opportunity to do that.
Definitely. Just in case you don't know who I am, I will be your virtual guide today. Yeah, man, we're going to have fun. We might actually end up having a little bit more fun than the people who are here. But guess what? We are here with you this evening. I'm Sakina. This is Bambino. And of course, we have things to give away. You know, we have
Of course,
things to give
yeah.
away.
I heard about some prizes, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
'Cause you know, I love free things.
Of course, every Jamaican loves free things. If you don't love free things, you're not Jamaican. So the first thing that we have here is this fantastic box.
But
It's a
that don't
mystery
look
box.
so big. I wonder what is in there.
No, you don't need to. It's heavy, though. It might not look big. Feel it. Feel it.
Let me feel it. Let me
Feel
feel
it.
it. No, this serious.
Right,
That's
it's
serious
heavy.
box, no.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So guess what? They're stuffing it, but we're not going to show you exactly what's in it right now. But we will. We're going to keep you clued in. Don't worry. We won't keep any secrets from you. But the prize today is a huge one. Please go to rediscoverjamaica.com, and there is a form there for you to fill out for you to be eligible to get any of the prizes that are being given away today.
I can go there right now. And
You're not eligible.
Oh.
You can't do that. Yeah, already I get paid to do this today, so
I'm
you're
ready.
not going to get none.
I'm ready.
But just in case you want to partake and you want something that's in my box today, make sure you go to the site, fill out the questionnaire, and guess what? We're locking after a certain time. We can't get the whole time.
So do it now.
Right.
Rediscoverjamaica.com. Fill out the
Definitely.
form, and you could be lucky winner of what's in
In
this
the mystery box.
It could be a lot of things in there, so you could be like receiving one of those many things.
Yeah, could be money.
What?
No. All right, guys. Have you ever been to the Blue Lagoon?
Yes, I've been to the Blue Lagoon.
Really? I've
Yes.
never been to Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
Imagine
It's
that.
awesome. It's awesome. You can
What's it
swim?
like? Of course.
Okay, well,
We
you
can't
can
go
swim
there.
before you go there, so.
Well, of course, you know, we have so much more to show you. And just in case you're not here and you're not able to come to Jamaica to see it, we're going to give you a little bit more of what it actually looks like. And you can just feel it through the screen. We're going to show you a little bit of Blue Lagoon and, of course, our iconic Dunn's River Falls. Take a look.
welcome to your charter.
Can I offer you a glass of champagne?
We're going to be going up the San coastline, direction Blue Lagoon. So here you're going to see a series of Jamaican-owned vacation properties on your right. And then as we pass these properties, we'll be entering the world-famous Blue Lagoon. This is one of the most magical places in Jamaica, and it was once said it was a bottomless lagoon. This is actually not true. Free divers and scuba divers have reached the bottom, but it is in fact pretty deep, with over 90 feet worth of depth. The Blue Lagoon is one of the Caribbean's best kept secrets. Here we are, guys. We've just docked up in the middle of the Blue Lagoon, tied up on the almond tree. Feel free to have a swim, sunbathe on the floating pontoon, and enjoy and feel immersed in this beautiful jungle meets the ocean environment.
Welcome to Pelu Island, otherwise known as Monkey Island. Today we have a lovely, lovely lunch spread for you both.
And welcome back. It is your host, DJ Bambino, and I am now on the interview panel.
Oh, yes.
And my job today was actually supposed to be the MC, so I'm still actually the MC.
Yeah, man, of course you're the MC.
And I'm also a DJ.
Of course.
And I know that you love music.
Of course.
I know
bass?
you're a singer and a dancer.
The bass.
Yeah.
The bass.
So I feel that the people need some energy right now.
Yeah,
we need some energy. Because we're talking about Rediscover Jamaica. It's not only about the tourist spot, it's also about the culture, and it's also about the music, which we have here today two DJs in Jamaica, DJ Kurt Riley, and we have DJ Delano from the Renaissance Disco. So they are going to be entertaining us with some music right about now. We present to you, Lord of Mercy, the two DJs, Lord of Mercy. Right here, the world, Rediscover Jamaica, musically.
Feeling of pure love, oh Jamaican heartbeat, dancing to the beat, up inside your heart, heartbeat of the lifestyle, oh Jamaican heartbeat. Come join us, I feel good again. Jamaican heartbeat, Jamaica. Come join us, I feel good again. Can you feel it? Come join us and feel good again. Jamaican heartbeat, love it. Come join us and feel good again. Beyond compare, nothing like it anywhere. No. Share, eat and drink. We move and dance with you. No matter where you are, no matter where you're from, join in the party. You're welcome. You're welcome.
So listen, greetings, welcome to one and all, to the land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Here we go beach, river and waterfall, and we have a lot of party when the night fall. Vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand. Some beer, jerk, chicken, roast fish, yellow yam. Them say we beat unique, so every boy, every girl come to Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world.
Come join us and feel good. Jamaican heartbeat. Jamaica. Come join us and feel good. Can you feel it? Come join us and feel good again. Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it.
Come join us and feel good again. Heartbeat of the
Welcome to some vocal in the vocal. Monitors. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Clip my finger, 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 get on the road with me.
Check, 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 check. Welcome to visit Jamaica. Yeah, yeah. Gotta say welcome to visit Jamaica. I can't hear myself. Yeah, yeah.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shot. Straight jeans, cut off footpath. Everybody have the arms, so me get my clocks. Everybody have the arms, so me get my clocks. The leather hard, the sweat soft. Toothbrush get out the dust fast. Everybody have the arms, so me get my clocks. Everybody have the arms, so me get my clocks. Creeping up. Clocks me prefer. Clocks for the leather, yeah. Clocks for the fur. Clocks for the summer, clocks for the winter. Clocks for the sun, clocks for the water. Me know you're not pick up. Get up the sailor. Pull up the tiger, I'm at the gunner. If I time you got it from the was a youngster. Real madman, no muggle in a shots. Straight jeans, cut off footpaths. Everybody have the arms, so me get my class. Everybody have the arms, so me get my class. The leather hard, the sweat soft. Toothbrush get up the dust fast. Everybody have the arms, so me get my class. Everybody have the arms, so me get my class. So me get my class. So me get my class. So me get my class.
Gotta say welcome to visit Jamaica. Working out DJ Delano, the Renaissance crew. DJ Kurt Riley. Welcome to Jamaica. Remix style live. Hey, hey, hey.
carry on. Let me see and it's a spade and carry on.
Kirk Riley, DJ Delano, right here. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey.
But it's a big up every massive and we big up every crew. You know, so nobody now swagger like you. Then put your man up in the heel. Put your man up in the heel. And it don't really matter if it's only your friends. Try to know so your pocket them no empty. Put your man up in the heel. Put your man up in the heel. And when you open on the party, everybody have to look you up. The kind of you want you up, great are your foot then. Put your man up in the heel. Put your man up in the heel. And all the gangster them in the place, you don't come to Mars, so you know have it in your waist, but it's truly in your car, so you mean. Put your man up in the heel. And all the ladies them in the place, you looking fine. Me love me soon in the dance hall, we don't know wine, but now just.
Okay, if you come in.
Now come on, everyone, forget your troubles and all the vibe and carry on. Well, everybody carry on, let me see you just a spade and carry on. Come on, everyone, forget your troubles and all the vibe and carry on. Yes, everybody carry on, let me see you.
This is Jamaica. Hey, hey. We're getting crazy, we're getting crazy. We're getting crazy. What was that? Visit Jamaica. Hey.
My girl, come flip it like a flippergram, flip it like a flippergram. Make your bumper flip like a flippergram, flip it like a flippergram, flip it like a flippergram. You're deaf, girl. Wind up on my body, girl. Wine like it's a carnival. Girl, me love the way you wine for me. Girl, your wine is so emotional. So wind up on my body, girl. Me while you come wine your waistline for me. Baby, you're bubbling, baby. Girl, you a party animal. Girl, you active, no, you no lazy. Girl, you a party animal. To own your wine, you drive me crazy. Girl, you a party animal. You wine so good, you just so good. Girl, me love how you party. She take 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4. After 9 minutes, she come back for more. She take off the shoes and pound the dance floor. Then she start to broke out like a sword. Then she approach me just like a cure. Me knows that she like me tonight, me a score. She sexy, she beautiful and she pure. Tell her you me a door, so wind up on my body. follow you a morning, go back up there.
Whoa, whoa. Hey.
With my friends, after the club a party, pop me in. So girl, just flip it like a flippergram, 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 flip it like a flippergram.
Gonna get you what you want, and I'm never giving in, I'm never giving up. 'Cause I love it when we kissing and I love it when we touch. Every morning, every night, I'm gonna get you what you want, and I'm never giving in, I'm never giving up. Gonna get you what you want. Every morning, every night, I'm gonna get you.
Let's go. Hey.
And in the morning when you're waking up, I give you loving when the sun comes up. And in the night when you turn out the light, but I'm to hate it. And when it's hot outside, I'll make you sweat. And
Working
when
out
it's
DJ
cold,
Kirk Riley.
I'll pick you up.
Give him some more vibes
This
on
is how
it.
it's got to be. So if you get
Well, we go. I cannot chat to you. Hotter than our boat. I know your fault, but you can't just go. I treat you sexy, you're sitting fatter than our boat. I know your fault.
Yeah. Visit Jamaica. Instagram. Large up. YouTube. Large up. Facebook. Large up. Yeah. It's a real dancehall vibe, man. Don't worry about the fever. Let's go.
Together, got every color match out. No when you bleach out, no when you wash out, and your ear no favor, not the way phones cash out. No fuss to them out, but when you hear from the shout, them can't nurse if I next girl down the shout. Hey, why you not tear up clothes and patch out? I ever in a some boat when the whole of the front match out. I cannot try to show you hotter than our road, and your fault, but you can't just go. I treat you sexy, you're sitting fatter than our road, and your fault, you don't need no food. And them I wonder why you look clean, I got you know Georgina, make your skin so smooth.
DJ Perkler alongside Delano from the Renaissance. Let's go, let's go. Hey, visit Jamaica. Jamaica Tourist Board. Yeah.
Bossy, bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy. Bang, 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 hey.
Hey yo, tell them what they're gonna take the when step out to that turn up in a dish. Body comfortable and me physically fit. I'm a brown and sweet just like the chocolate. Yo, Wiley, them ones sound like me. Other than a pretty with the for move kind dusty. I'm looking for a brother who got hella pound. 079, baby, I'm a hammer, did you shop?
Bossy, bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's so free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like a bossy.
Hey yo, Sean.
Hey, so when me spitty body with it, maybe gala get with it. Spitty body with it, maybe gala get. When me spitty body with it, maybe gala get with it. Wind up your body and spin it. Girl, when you bubble out of trouble, why you give me this something now? Turn it around and bring it. You're pressing it back on the none, never push that button, my girl down, but I can't tip it. Can't see you rock out and play it. Can't see your body shaking up to the
We're just getting crazy around here. Let's go. Hey. Yeah, it's a no headphone session this. Okay.
top the list. Alright, real bad man, no we bring up on. Hold on!
No, sir. What kind of vibe is this?
I've seen enough dance before, but I've never seen a dance like this. I've seen enough dance before.
Where's it? Yeah, we should have recorded.
Alright, real bad man, no we
Hope this is recording.
we take dancing to a higher rank.
I'm not telling you, you have too badly alright, sir. Let's go, hey!
On the river, on the bank. Kick out the shoot because you put them no cramp. What you say in the river, on the bank. Jonathan New Dance and Jamaica and Grants. Yeah, down the flank, we a go down the flank. Like a baller, we go down the flank. Your cheap pretty young, gas in your tank. But the new dance, you know we people can cool.
Give them a run, hey! Give them a run, hey!
Give them a run, we and the girls that
Hey,
have fun.
hey! Give them a run, hey! Give them a run.
Give them a run, we and the girls that have fun. I've seen enough dance before, yeah, but I've never seen a dance like this. I've seen enough dance before, yeah, but I don't wanna come top the list. Alright, lava lava, them a get old and can't bother. Yeah. When the music hit him, we dance grabber. But they dance from the river to the bank, me brother. Look how the dance and them a live together.
Let's go, hey!
Everybody ball out, say what a dream team. Jambo, keeper and the dance and queen. Up in the video, you have to bling and clean. On Mondays, everybody just moving. Firing, take the dance and go show team. When you say you love the dance, say what I mean. The dance, you and not love the mountain king. Spanish town, can I do better than the dance for me? Me say hear the song, dash where are the she. Say that you never dash, she that we intervene. Watch how she a dance with a mountain link. Who can do the dance? Look, I've seen no dance before, but I've never seen a dance like this.
Play the rhythm.
Play the rhythm. Alright, cotton rented monk with Jews and Stacey and keep and start shake and take on any girl where I come take on
That combination of man, watch it. Now calm down about the rhythm. Watch out now, hey! We don't rock them.
We have a party tonight. Just hold on.
And we stop then.
Couple rubber band, couple stop then. Up in the street, we are drop them. J.O.P. We have a party tonight. Just watch. Tonight, my feel I spend some cash.
What?
Cool on the Benz, just wash. If a Givenchy shoes, then the belt must match. Gucci loafers,
Hold
with
on.
a tough top.
Hold on.
Money no thicker than a blood clot. Who you know, bring the clutch back. When a bad sound clear, we say pull the top back. This man from the wait, hold on. Yeah. Couple rubber band, couple stop then. Couple rubber band, couple stop then. Up in the street, we are drop them. J.O.P. We have a party tonight, you just watch. Tonight, me feel I spend some cash. Cool on the Benz, just wash. If a Givenchy shoes, then the belt must match. Gucci loafers with a tough top. Money no thicker than a blood clot. Who you know, bring the clutch back. When a bad sound clear, we say pull it up back. Everybody shout, yeah. Push, load, roll, yo,
Crowley, Delano, gotcha.
Delano say watch out for this. Yeah. When I sound say watch out for this. Renaissance. Tell them watch out for this. Renaissance. So watch out for this. I be my best lyrics. Mash up the place, but you are up for this. You me now miss number one panelist. You want to go down play like this. Watch out for this. I be my best lyrics. Mash up the place, but you are up for this. When we play this, no me now miss Renaissance. Don't play it. Renaissance, you know. Delano, you want this to go back. Renaissance, you know. Yeah. Hey. Tell them watch out for this, and them are the lyrics. Mash up the place, but you are not for this. You me now miss number one panelist. Delano jumped up, play like this. Watch out for this, and them are the lyrics. Mash up the place, but you are not for this. You me now miss number one panelist. Renaissance, you know. Drink up what you're drinking. Party up what you're drinking. 1 minute. Link up what you're linking.
Yeah.
Friends,
Yo,
party, and
yo,
here's a party
yo,
keeping. Drink up what you're drinking.
yo.
Party up what you're drinking.
Love that
Gyal, gyal,
smile.
gyal, bubble up to the
Hey,
deep end.
hey.
Party on the ends, no. I miss tell me what you're drinking. All my friends, them linking. When the girl, them whining. Tick tock it one timing. Oh, I miss tell me what you're drinking.
You got the musical ambassadors right here.
When I move the waistline,
yo.
Sit down, no, me say, watch out, style, yeah. Watch out. Drink up what you're drinking. Party up what you're drinking. 1 minute. Link up or you're linking.
Link up.
Friends on the ends, there's a party keeping. Drink up what you're drinking. Party up what you're drinking. Gyal, bubble up for the kingpin. Party on the end. I miss tell me what you're drinking. All my friends, them linking. When the girl, them whining. Tick tock it one timing. Oh, I miss tell me what you're drinking. The pimp cup, how you pimping. Love to see the girl, them a wine up. When they move the waistline up.
Oh.
I know, me say, watch out, style. Watch out, style. Gyal, wine for head down and over. Mash up the place, every damn thing turn over. Watch out, style. Watch out, style. Pull up when you hear this a song. Select a beat it like a steel pan. So, me say that a so. Why yo, me say that a yo. Gio, me say that a go. So, me say that a so. Why yo, me say that a yo. Gio, me say that a go. Anyway, me say, watch out, style. Watch out, style. Gyal, wine for head and bend up. Mash up the place, every damn thing turn up. Watch out, style. Watch out, style. Pull up when you hear this a song. Select a beat it like a steel pan.
Different style. So we do it.
Mayoka, I want to know what's up. Your honey party, my number one in town. If you cooking, I cook up, begin, I cook. Anywhere she enter, baby, they cause casala. Baby, more, sweetie, more, honey, more, baby, more, African flamingo, Rwanda Piaku, Uwabu Wachuku, electric fire, fire, baby, fire. You know,
The island of the Caribbean. This is Jamaica.
Anything where you want, you will get. Tie up, man, tell me if you spend money, so you want bleach and it fit you, you know have black knuckles and black. Which girl come on last night and this morning him go crash in a truck. Baby, you're full of good luck. Remember me tell you we can't stop. Girl, mind for this man.
Loco, the guns coming in by the boatload. Juvenile them about no pro. Families fear them no grow so. Now them can't beat them in a so. A new generation a come up now. As them get a bus of badness, them a choke no. Celebrate because them don't give up no. Possessed by the spirit in a them cup no.
No,
searching for love.
Let's go.
On her photo.
Yeah.
Amateur no she a go pro.
Visit Jamaica.
So she shoot a
What you gotta say?
Hey. New sex they pop snow. I said that those them a still fish and a go pro. Say him a go mash up a chow. Pop off blue jaws and toto. No women a custody fit touch up and go. Shoulda know that's loco, it's a no-go. Yo, any man so rape is a no-no. Mount kick him, get it, think him enter the dojo. Lose a couple teeth and end up lose all the mojo. People have said that one a loco. Hey, Teflon, what we fi do for the promo? Drop a coffee remix and call it Coco. They shoot the video in a slow-mo. Yeah, we go in a got this year and no go slow. Throw the whole of summer in a winter show.
Wait, hold on. Pull it up.
Brand new agent Sasko. Hey,
loco.
Hey.
The guns coming in by the boatload. Juvenile them about no pro. Families fear them no grow so. Now them can't beat them in a so. A new generation a come up now. As them get a bus of badness, them a choke no. Celebrate because them don't give up no. Possessed by the spirit in a them cup no. Searching for love from the likes on her photo. Amateur no she a go pro. So she shoot a video with a GoPro. New sex tape a post now. I read a dose now my steam fish and a upro. Say him a go mash up a chow. Pop off blue jaws and toto. No women a custody fit touch up and go. Shoulda know that's loco, it's a no-go. Yo, any man so rape is a no-no. Mount a kick him, get it, think him enter the dojo. Lose a couple teeth and end up lose all the mojo. People have said that one a loco. Hey, Teflon, what we fi do for the promo? Drop a coffee remix and
know see him. You know see him. You know see him. You know see him.
You know hear about me. Oh yeah, yeah. Axe easy.
Every girl like what them liking her. Them up them own type in her. You will know when them liking you. Skill out.
Skinny me. See the skinny that way every girl I pray. You know hear about me. Ooh, you skinny me. Laceless class, skinny jeans me ever clean. Girl say me fresh and she want me fi know why. Say me full of energy like a solar. Skinny me, oh God, skinny me. See the skinny that way every girl I pray. She
You know see me.
You know hear about me. Oh yeah, yeah. Axe easy.
Every girl like what them liking her. Them up them own type in her. You will know when them liking you. Skill out.
Skinny me. See the skinny that way every girl I pray. You know hear about me. Ooh, you skinny me. Laceless glass, skinny jeans me ever clean. Girl say me fresh and she want me fi know why. Say me full of energy like a soul.
Visit Jamaica.
Oh, God, skinny me. See the skinny.
The land alongside your Trinity DJ Kurt Riley.
She 5 foot now, yeah, she ready. See the skinny, yeah, baby, so come and get it.
Show the body on Facebook right now, Twitter.
See that you want it.
YouTube.
Up on this loving girl when I
Here's how we do it live. Ready.
Oxy girl, them
juggle.
girl, them right.
How that Donovan? Big up yourself. Skinny who? Skinny what?
Skinny, that way every girl I pray. You know hear about me.
You know hear about me. The land alongside Kurt Riley. What? Skinny me. Lego. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how we party in Jamaica. Beer vibes. In the meantime, don't forget, make sure you book your flight to your favorite destination, your hotel of choice, your private getaway. Stay tuned to visit Jamaica website or check us out on social media, alright? Remember, party safe. And again, welcome to Jamaica.
Your Renaissance, Delano, 3D, Juliet, Christoph, Romeo.
Billy, what you tell them? Hold on.
Bad man out and stunting. Renaissance Kyle take like dumpling. Girl with big jumping.
Wait, hold on. Everybody for your move and everybody for your dance. Everybody for your move and everybody for your dance. Move. Bounce. Main event. Fear Street.
Bad man out and stunting. Renaissance Kyle take like dumpling.
What?
Girl with big jumping.
Big up the floor crew in the building. Ready.
Jazzy fresh like Portland Beach. Then I know cars at the boat clan. 3D calculate the total. Now the money make you get anti-social. Yeah, straight like my pants them. Oh Lord. Pussy got done the blem. Girl I come cross bring a friend. Oh Lord. And them I feel like for me friend them.
Ready.
You go pull up the yang. Renaissance, we don't play peng.
Don't you?
We no do chatty big friend.
Yeah, man.
Entourage when you see the text. Renaissance out and bad. Stunting. Them gala say we sweet like pumpkin. True, we Kyle them thick like dumpling. Kyle them thick like Renaissance out and bad.
When the Madison the main is pull up.
Them gala say we sweet like pumpkin. True,
when the Madison the main is pull up.
Kyle them thick like dumpling.
Juggle.
Yo, this man. Yo, style.
Bounce.
Yo, this man. Yo, style.
Bounce. Right now, we're party area. Run out. You know why?
Life in the summer.
Low. No. Biggest low. I'm trying to win. I did away. You ready? Ready to visit Jamaica? How are these? So ready. Hold on. Lesson 5. Hey. Jump the dilly, jump on the rhythm, jump it out. Let me hear one.
Contain your magali some born and now we girl no scan. Every girl when we touch say tough like honey. Contain your mag.
Come on, bring the team, man. Forward. Yeah, man. Come here, man. Hey, father, you want identities, boy? I know we lie, boy. Bring that thing, boy.
Contain your mag.
Bring it, man. Bring it, yo. Bring it. Don't make them confuse you. Bring it, come. Bring it, come. Yeah, this is the boss right now. Wait tell him, daddy. Wait tell him.
Contain your magali some born and now we girl no scan. Every girl where we touch say tough like can. If I was a duck and them girl was a duck, every quack she quack to a way a link up.
No white room.
Contain your magali some born and now we girl no scan. Every girl where we touch say tough like can. If I was a duck and them girl was a duck, every quack she quack to a way a link up. We a link up. We a link up.
Lolly people sung in the streets. Right now.
We a link up.
From a girl say she want me.
We a link up.
Every time she come over.
We a link up.
On the bed or the sofa.
We a link up.
Me a rev it like a coaster.
We a link up.
Me not normal, but abnormal. Girl from Surrey go back to Cornwall. Play ball without boots, yo, me not partial. Every day we make another girl a sing the dance song. Have a girl in the grill in the house on the big hill. Then me look the best friend, the henny, the bill.
What a style. Now remember, check out the website to find your favorite party destination. Where you want to be when you come to Jamaica. Find a special place, log on to www.visitjamaica.com right now, or check out the website, follow us on social media. We got big everybody on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. This is how we do. Delano, Kurt Riley. Oh, good? Ready? All right. Let's do this.
Yo, this man. Yo, style.
3 minutes ago.
Yo, this man. Yo, style. Don't know why they make me link up on one track.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Life in the summer. Benz man, I drive for the summer.
Yo, this man. Yo, style. Don't know why they make me link up on one track. What if I sit now,
Life in the summer.
Benz man, I drive for the summer.
Ooh.
Fly for the summer. Put my wife in the summer, so. Life for the summer, girl, I come and say she ready for the diploma. On the highway X5, she say younger. Play with it, one time for me. Me have a new style. Pocket full of money on two sides. Open the Benz sunroof wide. Girl, I say she want give me 2 child. Yo, style up, we do a thing when a 2-watch man, the new black fan.
That's right. I go. We are Jamaican. We party every day. Straight vibes. Ready, ready, ready. Hey, 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 hey. Pull it up.
Pull it up.
Feel the pulse, feel the vibe, feel it in your heart.
Sunshine smiling warm.
So right now, you listen to Kurt Riley and Delano. We're going over to the beautiful horse and the boss man himself, Mr. Donovan White. Big up yourself, my friend, and welcome to Visit to Jamaica.
Thank you so much. That's DJ Kurt Riley and, of course, DJ Delano over there on the ones and twos. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are joining us from this evening, we want to say hi, we want to say big up, we want to say welcome with a nice, warm Jamaican energy. Yes, we have a little rain, but as we say here in Jamaica, we are turn with hand and make fashion. So we're still having the show and we're still bringing it to you live. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. This is the launch of the Rediscover Jamaica campaign brought to you by the Jamaica Tourist Board. It nicey?
Very.
Here I have with me the real big man, as Kurt Riley said. This is our Director of Tourism, Mr. Donovan White. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Sakina. It's
Welcome,
so
welcome,
lovely
welcome.
to spend the afternoon with you and under the clouds.
Yes.
We would have loved it to have been stars, but we have clouds, so we'll make do.
of course, we'll turn with hand and make.
Turn hand man make fashion.
Wonderful. All right, so we know that all of this has been happening. COVID-19 has impacted us in such a strange way all over the world, but Jamaica remains the heartbeat of the world.
Absolutely.
And so, what has changed? How has it impacted us?
Well, existing in a pandemic is never easy. It requires a certain amount of discipline, a certain amount of understanding of what's around us, the dangers that exist, and then what it has forced us to do is to rethink how we exist. We almost live day to day now by protocols. We walk with our mask, we walk with our hand sanitizers hitched onto our belt these days. We have to observe social distancing, and we have to just be mindful of everybody around us and ensure that you're not only just thinking about yourself, but you're also thinking about the other person. I think that's the most important part of these protocols, is for people to have an understanding that life as we know it has changed until such time that it has changed back to 2019. We're in 2020 and COVID is alive and well.
Yeah, because of that, we've had to do a lot of things differently.
Yes.
Because to keep our sector alive, things have had to change.
Absolutely.
What are some of those things?
Well, first and foremost, and my boss,
the bigger man,
the bigger boss, Minister Bartlett, will sit with you in a little while. But I mean, we have spent the last 4 months, 4+ months actually, really working hard as a team, from the tourism team. Minister Bartlett early in the pandemic announced the task force, the Tourism Recovery Task Force, and we have not had a day that we haven't worked probably 18 hours or more, and that is because we thought it was going to come to this first and foremost. So early in the pandemic, we did an assessment, a situation analysis. We understood how bad it was. It's the first time in tourism's history that our arrivals went to zero. It's the first time in the history that we can recorded history that all airplanes were grounded, all cruise ships were docked, and so nobody was traveling, and so tourism came to a standstill. Not only did tourism come to a standstill, but life came to a standstill. We were quarantined at home or forced to stay at home or work from home, just to make sure that we provided a level of safety for everybody and yourselves. But we found a method of existing virtually.
Yes.
and so virtual, like we are now, talking to the world over the internet, has become part of our existence, and maybe will become part of our existence for the rest of our lives, or a long time to come. As from a tourism industry perspective, we also thought, how better way can we create a partnership, or extend our partnership, or deepen our partnership with our partners in Jamaica. Every year, we bring into force what is called Experience Jamaica, which is a campaign in and of itself. COVID has ensured that we reimagine that campaign.
Yes.
And so here we are with Rediscover Jamaica. And Rediscovering Jamaica is really speaking to Jamaicans and people who live in Jamaica. It's not just Jamaicans that don't live in Jamaica, right?
Definitely.
Absolutely. So we're talking to Jamaicans and people who live in Jamaica and people who live in the diaspora. That our partners have, we've done research together, we've looked at the opportunity, and they've come on board and said, you know what, we want to participate. And so we have over 100 tourism partners who have bought into this campaign and who have provided a tremendous amount of value in terms of discounts and offers that they're now offering to Jamaicans to enjoy the tourism product, because the truth is that it's summer.
Yes.
A lot of Jamaicans travel for summer holidays. They take the family away, they take the kids away, they take themselves away to get away from the hustle and bustle. But traveling now may not be so convenient for a lot of those persons who would want to travel. So we're saying travel, but travel by road, stay home and enjoy the product that we and our partners have built together, that has served and provided such wonderful experiences for people from around the world. We want every Jamaican to feel that energy and to feel that product and to experience being in the tourism environment where the quality of service that is delivered by Jamaicans to the rest of the world is first class, and it's second to none anywhere in the world. And we want every Jamaican who wants to have that experience to have that experience.
Okay, so we know our target market. People like me who's never been to Blue Lagoon and we go to 1 and 2 hotels, but we don't spend extended periods there. Yeah, we know the target market. How do we plan to get the information about this campaign out there?
So our marketing team, we've done a lot of work in this pandemic. I think I have to take the opportunity to really big them up, because the effort that they have put into from the time we went into lockdown to where we are now launching Rediscover Jamaica, they have not stopped. We started our whole marketing refocus when we did Escape to Jamaica. While everybody was in lockdown right around the world, we wanted people to feel like they were still a part of Jamaica. Yeah. So we used the internet, we used our social media platforms, we used our websites, we used all of our digital connected points. And we created, you saw Delano and Kurt a while ago. We created a whole music experience on our live platforms where our DJs could still entertain the world. We created new content, and for this campaign we have done a whole range of new campaigns. If you go to our platforms now, you'll see we're sharing content that has never been seen. People are messaging me, said, Donovan, I didn't know you have Jamaica look like this, or I didn't see that piece of Jamaica before. And so what we've done is we've carefully taken the time to not just shoot Jamaica, but to curate the experiences around Jamaica, to the extent where we've even done virtual tours at different parts of Jamaica, because we feel that in a way this period of COVID has allowed us to step back from it all, reassess the product, reassess what we want to say and how we want to say it and who we want to say it to, and then come back in a way that allows us to truly present Destination Jamaica
in a fresh
as a fresh light, but in a first class way, the way it is supposed to be presented.
Wonderful. One of the things that people are concerned about is their level, not just their level of comfort, but the level of sanitization that has to be done, or to make them feel comfortable. How can we make them feel confident that we have that level and we're ready to serve them in that way?
Well, I mentioned the Tourism Recovery Task Force that the Minister put together early in the pandemic, and one of the first objectives of that task force was to design the destination protocols that will allow us to at least consider reopening. And those protocols are so detailed. Jamaica's protocol was the first protocol to be endorsed by WTTC, which is the World Travel and Tourism Council. And they've given it their stamp of approval. And it's because we spent the time with our partners from Pricewaterhouse to ensure that we not only develop a document, we wanted to develop a protocol that was practical, that we could train. That's what our sister agency, TPDCO, Tourism Product Development Company, does. They train the protocols with our staff within the industry. As you know, we employ in the industry over 170,000 workers directly, and indirectly and induced about 350,000 workers. So we had to train the people to be able to execute the protocols, so that when you are in a tourism environment, you are treated in a particular way, you are expected to behave in a particular way, and our staff is trained to not just deliver the service in a particular way, but to help you as a visitor to act in a particular way, so that the protocols are effective. And so far we've been very successful rolling it out, and it gives us the confidence to be able to launch today our Rediscover Jamaica campaign. And I think we can actually we have two elements of the campaign that I will tease with you while I'm sitting here. And the first one is what we call the confidence phase of the campaign, which has been running for the last 8-10 days on television locally and online. And basically what we wanted to do with confidence was to demonstrate to the consumer how the protocols work, and that our partners have taken it seriously and that they are ready to receive them as guests.
Wonderful. Protocols on paper are nothing.
Absolutely
the enforcement is what counts.
Absolutely.
So allow us to show you exactly what we're talking about with this video.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
Wonderful. We are ready. We're ready.
We're ready.
You know the song? You're ready.
You're ready.
I know say you're a music man and so you have it pat. But how ready are people to travel? I mean, how interested are people in actually getting up and going out?
Well, you know, there's no marketing campaign is any good if you do no research. And so when we were developing the concept in terms of evolving Experience Jamaica to Rediscover Jamaica, we did some research locally through our partners, specifically through the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, because we wanted to understand what was the appetite for travel, what was the appetite for utilization of the offers that we were looking to put into the marketplace. And more than 2/3 of the response that we got indicated that persons wanted to travel, and they were willing to travel by road. They were willing to stay home and travel. And I think part of it too, and you see it as the government has slowly been opening the destination. More people are finding things to do, especially on weekends with the family and with the kids, because people want places to go, and nowhere have more things to do than Jamaica.
Amen.
And so we felt that if we could collaborate with our partners and give people a reason to do weekends away, holidays away, night overs, you know, it would fit into their buckets. And that's exactly what we've done, and that's exactly what they told us they wanted us to do. And that's what the campaign at the very high level is designed to do, to give Jamaicans and people who live in Jamaica an opportunity to not just experience our tourism product, but to take themselves out of their natural and normal environment and go experience something else.
Wonderful. It's time for us to move from under the clock, under the halfway tree clock that we're accustomed to, and go out and rediscover Jamaica.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, do you think that all of the wonderful discounts are going to be a part of what gets people out? Because, I mean, I won't keep you for very long, but how big are the discounts? Are they, like, worth it, especially now when our pockets are a little bit dented?
Well, the offers range, as far as I'm aware, range from as high as 50% off in some instances. I see our travel agency partners around as well. They're here. They're all here, and they are the probably the most integral part of this campaign, because everything goes through them. And that was another important part of the partnership, because as you can imagine, and Minister says this all the time, tourism is a series of moving parts, and there are so many moving parts to make this work. And so what we've done at Rediscover Jamaica is to ensure that every aspect of the tourism product cycle is involved in this campaign. So we do the marketing at the high level. Our travel agency partners do the selling in terms of pulling through, because the call to action to the campaign is call your travel agent. Yes. And you'll see that when we play the actual ad for the campaign. The call to action to the campaign is call your travel agent to book your staycation. And so the idea was to ensure that we create a campaign that has multiple touch points, that has full integration with all our partners. So there are hotels, there are attractions, there are tours, there are transportation companies or bus tours, beach tours, all those kinds of things are included in the campaign. So we felt that, it's probably the most aggressive we've gone with a domestic campaign, but we feel the timing is right, and obviously, stimulated by the fact that you're living in a pandemic and you have to take certain precautions. And so traveling overseas is not as easy. Coming back here, maybe quarantine for 14 days. People may not want that because it may affect other things. So we've taken all of the pros and cons into the thought box and made sure that what we know are ready to deliver to Jamaica and Jamaicans is something that is fully integrated.
Yes, and speaking of fully integrated, we have the full fleshed out video ready for you to see exactly how you can rediscover Jamaica. Thank you so much, Mr. Donovan White. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to sit with you, my love.
Thank you. Take a look at this one.
This is what you've been waiting for. A chance to change your point of view and take the break you deserve at Jamaica's resorts and attractions. When you can open your door to the seaside instead of just outside. Where you can change your mask and take a plunge.
Sunshine smiling warm up inside your heart. Feeling of pure love. Oh, Jamaican heartbeat. Dancing to the beat up inside your heart. Heartbeat of the world. Oh, Jamaican heartbeat.
Contact your travel agent today to book your staycation. Rediscover.
Boy, I wish I could be running up and down like that on a beach right now. I would take that any day. Woo, mercy. Oh, my goodness.
Call your travel agent.
Call my travel agent. I definitely will. I see actually somebody who's a travel agent, and I know, so maybe they can work out something for me. But right now, we have 2 fantastic episodes waiting for you. It's ready and waiting, so we're going to take a look. Listen me. We're ready. Listen this.
Listen me. Come rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because tourism is the lifeblood of our country, and it is an important industry. We want every Jamaican to support we. From Niggle Point, go straight back to Porty. You are we number 1 priority. We are do everything to secure your safety. Tell it to your neighbor, family and friends. Join us and start feel good again. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
We're here at the beautiful Goblin Hill Villas. Special thank you to all our workers in the tourism sector. What are you looking forward to most as we're picking up the pace?
The one thing I miss most is our guests.
So we're cooling out at the bar with some fresh drink mixes. What drink are you going to recommend?
Our specialty, the Blue Lagoon. It is named after the famous Blue Lagoon, which is right across from Goblin. I'm not going to tell you the ingredients. You have to come and try it for yourself.
Facey, feels good to be out and about. And today, we're on location at the Acai Cafe. Hi, Curry. How does it feel to be out and about?
It feels amazing.
Nice. So what are some of your favorite activities to do on our island?
Chasing waterfalls, scuba diving, and of course, just chilling on the beach.
It's time to feel good again. Rediscover Jamaica. There are tons of hidden gems. Staycation, staycation, staycation.
So me say greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall. Make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. Whole a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand. Jerk chicken, bread food, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl. Enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Listen me.
Come join us and feel good again. Hey, I like it. It's very, very, very catchy. Well, thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you for joining us on all our streaming platforms. And guess what? The evening's still a go on. What me say? We as Jamaicans know how to turn with hand and make fashion. So joining me right now is Omar Robinson. He's the president of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association. What a long title. What a long title. That means I have whole heap of work, right?
We do. We have over
close to 300 members comprising of hotels, attractions, and suppliers to the industry.
So you are the man I must come to about getting the bigger discounts.
Yeah, well, most definitely.
Look
You
how
know,
quick you
we,
catch
we
himself.
do have lots of offerings out there, and you know there's a wide variety of accommodations, of attractions. There's something for everyone. So.
Wonderful. I know right now we're focused on getting Jamaicans to rediscover Jamaica. So tell us a little bit about what domestic tourism is.
Well, the domestic market has always been an important market for us in Jamaica. We pride ourselves on looking after Jamaicans. We want Jamaicans to come out. We want them to come into our resorts, our attractions. We want them to come and experience. You know, they've worked hard, and we want them to come and experience what our visitors come in and experience. So it is a chance for the Jamaicans to really come and see, you know, come and enjoy the beautiful coast, whether you're up on the north coast or down on the south coast, Portland or Negril. There is something for each Jamaican, each budget. You know, it is tailored to each person.
How are the hotels preparing for tourists?
Well, we've just reopened since June 15th. A lot of the hotels are reopening now in July. We have implemented a vast array of safety protocols. So it's, you know, protocols that will guide both the employees coming back and also the visitors that are coming on the property. So it's a whole slew of protocols from you know, different hand wash stations, masks which are mandatory. You know, there's electrostatic sprayers, a whole array of products and features that will form part of the new normal as we reopen our resorts safely and our attractions safely. It has been, the last 4 months have really been challenging for us, and while our North American visitors, while the North Americans sort themselves out with their own situation, we are ready. We're ready to welcome our Jamaicans. Our properties are ready. The employees are well trained on the safety protocols, and we'll ensure that all our visitors, the domestic visitors or Jamaicans, have a safe and wonderful experience.
We've all been talking about how we're going to encourage the workers and our responsibility to keep everybody healthy. But what about the tourists themselves? Are there any specific protocols that they will be asked to follow when they're on these properties?
Yes, definitely. Masks are a must, especially when they're you know, engaging the staff. They will wear masks in the tourism entities. Social physical distancing, you know, whether it's in the restaurant, in the lobby, or on the beach. Those, you know, and what we have to. Jamaicans are known for their wonderful hospitality, and we're very much into the, you know, hug up, and
we can't do that again.
We have to retrain our staff, you know, and of course they have to be wearing their masks. So it's how do you deliver that wonderful service that Jamaica has been known for?
You're
smiling in your eyes.
here.
Yeah, man, and so it's the basic, you know, the physical distancing, the masks, and just, you know, the shields that will separate the guests, whether at your front desk or whatever, but without losing your true Jamaican hospitality, which is what we've been known for.
Most definitely. Okay, as we go out there and we try and reopen, how many hotels are actually open at this point?
Well, we reopened on June 15th with about 6 hotels. A lot of the larger hotels and the smaller ones are just opening up in July. I would think we probably have about 35% of our hotels that are open. Some of the larger hotels within chains have you know, they have consolidated. So instead of having all 6 resorts open, they've opened 2 or 3. We just had the South Coast reopening. So, you know, it's again, our tourism product is varied, so you can get the larger all-inclusives up north. The South Coast offered, you know, your smaller bed and breakfast, more intimate villa-type properties, which are also up north too. But that's the main feature of the South Coast. So there's really something for everybody, you know, as we encourage everybody to come out and experience Jamaica.
Where can we go to get
Jamaica?
There you
Rediscover
go.
Jamaica.
Rediscover. Where
Yeah,
can we
man.
go to get all of this information? Is there a particular site that we can check? Who can tell us where's open from where's not open?
Well, the Jamaica Tourist Board would have all that information. The Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association does too. We are working with a number of our travel partners There's Leisure for Pleasure, there's Go Jamaica, there's Trafalgar Travel, to name a few. And these are some of the bigger players out there that really focus on the domestic market. They understand the market. They know what the market wants.
They understand what pocket.
They understand the pocket. Remember, there is a price point for everyone out there.
Definitely.
And the prices that we're seeing now for the Rediscover Jamaica campaign, I've seen rates there as low as 2020. I've seen rates $85 per person, $95, $120, and these are all inclusive properties. And you just pay one price and it's all included.
Fantastic. And truth be told, we would have spent it to go outside of the island, so why not spend it on ourselves?
Spend it here. There's 2 holiday weekends. It's 2 holidays coming up in August. We're encouraging all Jamaicans to come out, rediscover Jamaica, come and experience, see the protocols in action. I actually had the pleasure of visiting 2 hotels in the Ocho Rios area, and I was absolutely blown away with the vast amount of work that they've put in establishing the protocols. And I can say I left there feeling, that comfortable that they have done the work.
And of course, confident.
Wonderful. Most definitely.
Thank you so much,
You're
Mr.
most welcome.
Robinson. We appreciate you stopping
by. My pleasure, and good luck.
Thank you.
Loving your song.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're still here. Family one and all, we're still here. The rain ease up. Everything is getting back to the new normal. So make sure you stay with us right here on the live stream. We are rediscovering Jamaica together. But guess what? We have to go to Listen Me News. Listen this again.
Listen me. Let's rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because everybody don't know Jamaica nice. The heartbeat of the world, our paradise. Pretty beaches under the blue skies with beautiful people, we're full of vibes. Jamaicans we are invite to explore the island and have a good time. Whether in a hotel or out in a nature. Everybody make we rediscover Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
We're here at the majestic Rose Hall Villas by Half Moon, and none of this would be possible without our hard-working members of the tourism sector. What are you looking forward to most as the doors reopen to everyone?
I can't wait to see this place full of our Jamaican visitors. Come out, everyone. We're looking forward to seeing you again.
We found this beautiful lady chilling on the beach. Hi, how are you? You seem to be enjoying yourself. What is the atmosphere like at the villas?
Well, I'm just here soaking up the sun right now. It's so wonderful to be out of the house and on the beach for a change. It feels like home away from home.
Basie, look who we have here. It's Bambino. Hey, Bim. I can just imagine how busy you are. How are you doing?
I'm there, man. We're just outside of all our vibes, Everything good.
Awesome. And do you have a message for Jamaicans listening and watching at home?
Come out and enjoy your island. It's a beautiful place. I just want to tell everybody to just come out and feel good again.
So me say greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall. Make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. All a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand. Jerk chicken, breadfruit, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl. Enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Listen me.
Come join us and feel good again. You know what make me feel good? Free things. Ooh, yes. And guess what? For those of you who are tuning in on our live stream, we have things for you too. It's not just the people who are here. The sun is coming out. Thank you so much. Please remember to use the hashtags Rediscover Jamaica and hashtag Visit Jamaica anytime you want to post a nice little picture or anything sweet you want to say on Twitter. So make sure you use those hashtags. But right now, remember the mystery box? Ta-da! We've got things to give away. So right now, the mystery box is going to be no longer a mystery. We're going in. Tum, tum, tum. Hold on. No, man, them don't want me to open it. Really? And of course, it's been sanitized for your safety. Wouldn't say no to sanitizing it again when you get it, right? Ooh, looky here. Ta-da. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see what's inside? That's why it was so heavy. So inside the box, we have a wonderful little love note, of course, from Jamaica. And then we have the most fantastic coffee in the world. Jamaican coffee, nice, you know. I used to be addicted to coffee, but And of course, every woman's favorite, chocolate. We have chocolate, and I'm gonna save this one for last because that one's actually my favorite, so I'm gonna save that for last. This one is marmalade. Oh my goodness, nothing's in the box, you know. Marmalade. Ooh. Here's a favorite of mine. No Jamaican not supposed to have a handbag or a briefcase, and it don't have one of these. Scotch bonnet pepper, pepper's house. This is from Pepper Tree. And of course, we have this wonderful little vacation planner here. And it's, yes, as you can see, it goes on with our decor. Nice little notepad. And of course, ta-da, the crown jewel of the box, our newly branded Appleton Estate Signature Blend. Look here. This, if you get your box and it's missing this, I probably took it out. But thank you so much for staying with us. We are going to make sure that we give you a wonderful evening. But guess what? For those of you who, like me, have not had the chance to visit our fantastic Blue Lagoon in Jamaica, we have something special for you. Take a look at this.
Welcome to your charter.
Can I offer you a glass of champagne?
We're going to be going up the Sansan coastline, direction Blue Lagoon. So here you're going to see a series of Jamaican-owned vacation properties on your right. And then as we pass these properties, we'll be entering the world-famous Blue Lagoon. This is one of the most magical places in Jamaica, and it was once said it was a bottomless lagoon. This is actually not true. Free divers and scuba divers have reached the bottom, but it is in fact pretty deep with over 90 feet worth of depth. The Blue Lagoon is one of the Caribbean's best kept secrets. Here we are, guys. We've just docked up in the middle of the Blue Lagoon, tied up on the almond tree. Feel free to have a swim, sunbathe on the floating pontoon, and enjoy and feel immersed in this beautiful jungle meets the ocean environment.
Outside, but we're glad that we have everybody out here, so we'd like to invite you to the stage right now. Could you just come a little closer? Use those legs and exercise and get over here. The first person over here gets big up. First person over here get a big up. All right, rediscoverjamaica.com, that's where you have to go. And make sure you call your travel agent, all right? Because we need to be doing that right now. And I'm here to introduce to you, the minister is in the house. So without further ado, let me introduce to you the Honorable Minister, Ed Bartlett. Make some noise, please. Here he comes in his mask, looking well sanitized and ready.
Can you hear me? I think I'm allowed to pull it. And they won't be unhappy with me for breaching any of the protocols, right? Absolutely right. Can't wait. Okay, what an evening and afternoon it has been. And I think that we have started out feeling that the showers were coming. And we like showers, don't we? Yeah, and then, of course, who would have thought that the sun would have been shining in all its glory at this later part of the evening. But it has been for us, I think, a very interesting and satisfying few hours as we have mingled and we have had a chance to meet with each other, to exchange ideas and even a little libation here. But importantly, I think we have understood what tourism means. It means bring people together to create a mood, a sense of happiness. That's what we do. Tourism is about happiness. We maximize happiness. As a matter of fact, you'd never believe that there is, in fact, a Ministry of Happiness in Dubai and a Minister of Happiness who happens to be a lady. So happiness is what we do in tourism, and we want to make sure that even COVID is incapable of stopping the happiness that tourism brings. So even if COVID caused a little moment of downtime in your expressions, it's a little moment of downtime, it cannot stop the happiness that you're all about. And I want everybody to say this evening, I am happy. Hello. Hello. Can we hear it? I know your mask and it's muffled a little bit, but let us hear it. I am happy. All right, that sounds more like it. So the international tourism industry continues to suffer from the devastating impact of global COVID-19 pandemic. The return to travel is critical for the global economy's recovery. Before the pandemic, across the world, travel and tourism accounted for 11% of the world's GDP and created more than 320 million jobs for workers serving 1.4 billion travelers annually. The Caribbean is the most tourism-dependent region on Earth. And here in Jamaica, we know that tourism is integral to our survival. As the nation's largest economic engine, tourism travel and tourism industry employs 170,000 workers directly and impacts an additional 120,000 jobs from either industries, fueling more than 1/3 of the country's economy. The past few months have been particularly difficult due to the global health pandemic. As a country, Jamaica has suffered the most significant economic decline it has seen in 4 decades. Real GDP has declined by 1.7% as of March 2020, and it's projected to decline 12 to 14% for the April to June quarter. Until there is a mass access to a vaccine, we cannot eliminate risk entirely. So for now, we are forced on managing and mitigating risks that will allow us to restart our economy smartly, safely, ensuring a safe, secure, and seamless experience for our citizens, tourism workers, their families, and our visitors. So as part of our resilient crisis management procedure, we worked with experts from around the globe to develop a comprehensive set of protocols intended to guide the preparedness of our sector. Our extensive protocols and processes were benchmarked against 20 other markets around the world and reviewed by global health agencies, earning us acknowledgments from international health organizations. Based on consultations among government agencies, notably the Ministries of Health and Wellness, National Security, Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, etc., we have taken a phased approach to reopening, and this allowed us the opportunity for real-time reviewing and adjustment of our entry and safety measures as we continue to minimize the risks. The establishment of designated resilient corridors is part of this approach, and I want to make the point that Jamaica is the first country in the world to establish a COVID resilience corridor for tourism. And several other countries have followed suit since. By opening in stages within key tourism regions, we can manage exposure amongst international visitors, tourism workers and residents, and maximize our ability to properly and effectively contact trace as is needed. Importantly, this also allows us to manage the demand on our resources. Our first resilient corridor along the northern coast from Negril to Port Antonio opened in mid-June. And last week, we opened the southern corridor from Milk River to Negril. The impact of this phased reopening has been immediate. In the first month of our border reopening, we have welcomed 40,000 visitors and resident Jamaicans with estimated earnings of some 80 million US dollars. As of July 15, thousands of tourist workers have returned to their jobs. The opening of the South Coast Resilient Corridor last week will see another 5,000 to 10,000 workers coming back to work overtime. And an additional job, we will be seeing online activities. And indeed, yesterday, we officially opened the attractions. And we are now completing the arrangements for the order, which will allow the visitors within the corridor to have access to the attractions that are within the corridor. We are all seeing the feeling, and we are having a knowledge of a societal shift in mindset, including how we travel. And Jamaica was the only country, and indeed the first country, to sense this and to establish a definition for the new type of tourist that is going to emerge with and post-COVID. And we in Jamaica have determined that new demographic that we are calling Generation COVID, or Generation C, or Gen C for short. And it's interesting that that has been taken up by a number of commentators across the world, and Jamaica is being attributed as defining this new demographic that will in fact merge the existing Generation X and Ys and Zs and Millennials and the baby boomers into this one new emerging demographic called Generation C, or Gen C, thanks to Jamaica. So there is therefore a sense of anticipation, of wanting to reconnect with nature and with people. So for this to happen, however, there must be an imperative that we work together across sectors to develop a framework that prioritizes the health of our citizens along with travelers' confidence and safety. Our fundamental protocol elements focus on sanitation, physical distancing, enhanced digital enablement, real-time health monitoring and reporting, rapid response, and staff training. And I just want to indicate that we've thought far beyond these protocols. And as a country, again, Jamaica is leading the way in defining a new arrangement that will enable visitors who come to our shores to have an insurance cover that will enable them to get medical and other attention while they're here, and more importantly, to be tested, and when tested, if positive, or indeed if they develop illnesses, can be repatriated quickly by air to their origin and have health coverage also in those destinations. And these kinds of innovations are coming out of the little Jamaica, your little Jamaica, and I believe that we ought to think again sometimes when we beat up on ourselves because everything is not going 100%. Believe me, Jamaica is ahead of the game in so many areas in the management of this pandemic across the world. So the timing is right, therefore, for the Rediscover Jamaica campaign. Summer is traditionally a time when we take day trips to long-time favorites or to those undiscovered places. Our upcoming August holidays provide the perfect reason to enjoy our accommodations, attractions, shopping, and transportation. Our partners have really solid deals available, and I believe some of you have seen some of these deals out there already in the marketplace. We want you to take full advantage of them. And all with the protocols being observed. I want to emphasize that, team and partners. The way that we manage in uncertainty, the way that we manage the unknown is to follow the protocols that are known. Science tells us some things. We follow what science says. And then we measure and we manage. And then we will mitigate and ensure that we can ameliorate. And in the final analysis, We will have a management system that we can predict and work with. And out of that will emerge some algorithms that will make the rest of the world understand how we are managing and understand why we act, when we act, and when we pull back or when we move forward, they will understand it and understand it well. So it is with pleasure that I commend the Jamaica Tourist Board on the work that they've been doing in developing the Rediscover Jamaica campaign, a program to encourage Jamaicans to taste, see, feel, and enjoy our country's tourism product. And I want to just pause to indicate that this is not a knee-jerk reaction because of COVID, because we started the staycation years ago. We might not have moved it with the energy that we should, but this is a moment when the psychosocial impact of COVID is taking its toll, so we need a release. And the wonderful products are all there. The glories of our culture awaits us. Let's go out, rediscover Jamaica, enjoy the summer, and be safe. Thank you very much.
And of course, that was the Honorable Minister of Tourism, or Honorable Edmund Bartlett. And of course, Jamaica still a keep. You hear what I'm telling you? Jamaica still a keep. The tourism sector is up, and we are about to rediscover Jamaica together. I want to thank you, everyone, for tuning in to our live stream. Those of you tuning in from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all over the place. And of course, those tuning in from the link at www.rediscoverjamaica.com. Just a reminder, the nice, beautiful, wonderful box that I show you with all the fabulosities inside, it's still up for giveaway. And guess what? You have to go to rediscoverjamaica.com and sign up for that. I'm going to throw back over to the main stage where we have some wonderful things going on.
Even though I was finished. So I now officially launch the campaign. We hope you will join us to feel good again and rediscover Jamaica.
Of course, of course. Unless he says it, it hasn't been done. So here we are, and we're waiting for him to join us on this side where we can actually have him speak to everyone who is on the live stream. So while he comes, please remember, go to www.rediscoverjamaica.com to fill out that form to be eligible to receive that wonderful giveaway box. So the minister will be joining us in a few, so don't go anywhere. Again, thank you to those of you tuning in from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Here he comes. This is the real big man. This is a boss man. This is the man that we turn to for help. Good evening, Minister. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. They're not giving you a moment's peace. Not a moment's peace. We are live. You look handsome nonetheless, man. Don't worry yourself.
You're meant to say that.
Oh, right? No, not at all. All right. So before we go any further, will you be staycationing this summer?
Yes, of course. Staycation for us has been part of what we think domestic tourism is all about. And Jamaica, primarily because we've been focusing so much on bringing in international visitors. Sometimes so caught up serving that we fail to serve ourselves. And sometimes events and incidences like these cause us to stop and pause and to reflect and to look and to see what we have and to appreciate even better that which we have. And so I think this is a real moment for us to get back into our culture, to dig deep into ourselves again and to find the glories that we have been saying to the world we have, and that we have not been enjoying as we should.
Wonderful.
And I think that staycation is the opportunity.
We are the crown jewel, right? So
Absolutely.
we might as well take an interest
And
in
wear
what we
it.
have. Amen. How has COVID-19 affected you personally, not on the tourism
Personally, I must
basis?
tell you that it has had its impact. I mentioned a while ago about the psychosocial impact, and there's no question that, we are accustomed to being out. Jamaicans are very gregarious people. We are
sociable,
very touchy-feely. We like to be around and about.
Yeah.
Everywhere in the world you go, there are Jamaicans making an impact and, and being seen and felt and, and appreciated. So we suffer. And in our own way from withdrawal syndromes and not being able to be out there and to go. So that's what COVID has done. But COVID has also helped me to reflect a little bit. And in reflecting, you're reflecting on your own mortality, your humanness, and the fact that it's a great equalizer.
Yeah.
It has brought colors and classes and races and creeds.
All on the
all
same
on the
level.
plane.
Yes.
And it has made us recognize that we are part of one humanity and that we must take note of each other and to begin now to share the space in an equitable way and in a sensible way. Relationship building and maintaining good interrelations is very key, and that's what COVID has done. COVID has also, I think, brought Jamaicans to a deeper appreciation of what are the real things that are important in life. You know how many people have not touched their savings, and normally they would be gone all over the place and splurging. You know how many people also have been sharing more with each other. You know how many families have regained family life and have reconnected during this period. But COVID has also done something. It has shown up the importance of technology and the role that technology is playing.
Specifically now.
Absolutely, and it has sort of brought to the fore in a very strong way the advent of the fourth industrial revolution, what people call the 4IR. And virtual connections and global connectivity has seen a new dimension to it as a result of COVID. I for example, I'm on webinars and Zoom calls.
You're working all day, probably more than you were before.
And working all across the globe. We have this Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center here. And our board members are all over the world.
Yes.
In all the continents. And we're talking.
Yeah.
And we're talking about tourism, and we're looking at how to build back, and we're looking at how to deal with protocols, and we're looking at what science is saying, and we're looking at best practices all around. And
so in other words, the work is still happening.
So the work is still going on.
And that's fantastic to know.
And we're in one place.
One place. You mentioned something earlier when you were giving your speech about the resilient corridor.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been asking, what does that mean for tourists? Does it mean that they are confined to that specific space, that area that we've been given?
Yeah, what it means is that we've defined a geographical area. And luckily for Jamaica, that corridor has about 85% of the tourism assets of our country. The beaches.
So they're not limited
there.
in reality.
Right, but the attractions, some are in there and some are elsewhere. But the visitor can come and we can track and we can trace. And if after testing we find that they have any positive traces, as the case might be, we can act and act quickly.
Yes.
We can safeguard them and we can safeguard ourselves.
Fantastic. How confident are you? That word has been thrown around a lot today. We're using it very strongly. How confident are you in all of the safety protocols that we have implemented here?
Well, I tell you, the confidence levels have to be measured because we are managing an unknown. And so you can't be totally confident because, in fairness, you don't have a total command of the situation. But to the extent that science has told us some things and have said that if you do certain things, which we are calling protocols, that if you follow them, you will mitigate, you will reduce the risk. We are confident that we have established the right protocols and that so far it is working to the extent that our local people are concerned. Now, when we bring in international visitors and even Jamaican nationals who are coming back home, the risk is heightened because they are coming from destinations that we are not sure about. And in some instances, the science is telling us they are high-risk destinations. So that reduces the confidence that we have, that everything is 100%. But the good news in all of this is that we can see our level of management, because we can then measure the extent to which the numbers are changing on us. And as the numbers change, then we can
shift
make them.
and adjust.
So it gives us the ability to be agile and to pivot.
Of course.
And I think that helps to build confidence.
Definitely. You said earlier, right, that we are the ones who coined the term Gen Z.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jamaica being the trendsetters, per se, on keeping everything on track, on leveling the playing field? And I mean, we are the trendsetters in keeping people safe in COVID-19 and reopening tourism. How do you feel about that?
Well, Jamaica has been leaders in so many ways. In music, we're leaders. In sports, we're leaders. In academia, there are many of our scholars that excel in the world on international stage. And so we are not unaccustomed to,
to being at the
to
top.
being thought leaders in the world. But this one we feel particularly good about, because what it does is to create that real point of equalization, and it enables everybody to feel that they are part of this. In other words, the separation from the different demographics that has caused market niches to be created. Right now, there's just one niche, and all of us are driven by health safety standards, and to go to destinations that have managed this crisis better and are able to give a sense of elevated health security. So that's not Gen Z, but Gen Z is also about still enjoying the pleasures of your culture, still enjoying the food and the music and the beautiful beaches and feeling comfortable. But what is good is that you feel a sense that the health environment in which you're operating is safe.
Yes, definitely.
And that's a big, and I think that destinations that have shown this particular ability are going to be the winners with COVID and post-COVID years.
Yes, definitely. My last question for you, I won't keep you too long because I know that under here is hot. But how much of a recovery do you think we'll be able to have? Knowing that you set the task force, the recovery task force, we only have August left of what we would call summer, right? Although Jamaica is summer all year round. But how much of a recovery do you think we'll be able to manage in that time?
Well, I tell you, the extent of our own recovery is a function of the level of compliance that we get from our citizens to begin with. And then, of course, a lot of what is happening to our originating markets and how they are managing, and how science is able to give us a better sense of that management. And I'm not beating up on science, but science is not doing so well for us these days.
They're not 100%.
because we thought, based on science, that summer with
would
all
be
this
okay
heat,
with the heat.
Exactly. Well, we have seen the difference. So what science is really saying is that they still don't have the answer.
We're dealing with an unknown.
So recovery for us then is going to be a process, and it is going to be driven a lot by these algorithms we talk about, and the way in which we are able to manage and mitigate the risks that are coming to us. So for us, it's a balance that we seek. The management that Jamaica seek to provide is a balance of lives and livelihood.
Yes.
So we must keep the economy going while we're making sure that our health security is preserved.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Minister, for stopping by. So it's a wonderful chat. I feel better. I feel more comfortable. So
Thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're tuning in from, you heard it from the mouth of the boss man himself. He says, it is on us to keep ourselves safe. Wear your mask, do your social distancing, and make sure still try and enjoy the wonders of our country. Rediscover Jamaica while being safe. So, coming up right now, I have some winners for you. So I'm going to get that, and I'm going to be right back.
Saw something totally unprecedented. You know, for the first time, we had 0 arrivals and 0 earnings. And so the first 3-4 months, just after February, Jamaica lost about $496 million US dollars.
that amounted to something like 400 million Jamaican dollars per day. And that was really difficult. Jobs lost resulted in just about 354,000 people from all segments of the industry and also related industries, because tourism, as you know, is a series of moving parts and it touches almost every element of economic activity. And the job levels reflected that. So now we see UNCTAD reports suggesting that Jamaica is the hardest hit destination as a result of the COVID-19 impact on tourism. And that impact we have to recover and recover quickly from. You know, it's like that. I made a comment on that in Parliament. I made the point very clear that the move to open and reopen the industry, it's not about tourism. It's about the economy and it's about the economic life or death of Jamaica.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready. We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
So I think the thing that's really important to note here is that this is the first time in the history of hospitality in probably some 70 years that we've ever seen a true closure of the borders, a shutdown of the global aviation industry. So we've been through many things. One of the most resilient industries in the world is tourism. We've seen the Gulf War in 1991. We have seen September 11th. We have seen the economic crisis of 08, 09. But this is the first time we've ever seen a pandemic like this that actually took away the ability for tourism to earn. So globally, not just here in Jamaica or in the Caribbean, globally we have had to take this on a step-by-step basis. At the beginning, we didn't even know what we were dealing with. And then it became clear that we were going to lose all abilities to earn revenues and have visitors come on shore.
So very early in this crisis, we started to prepare our response. You know, what would we do about COVID-19 to make sure our passengers are safe and our staff are safe? And we have been following best practices. While there are no global standards, we intend to follow what's best practice as dictated by ICAO, IATA, ACI, and WHO, as well as our local Ministry of Health.
Well, we were kind of one of the first movers as it relates to protocols. From early as February, we had put in place our COVID response team. We did internal protocols and we started to make changes throughout our entire resorts. So if you came here, say February, March, this is before we even closed down the industry, we had already put in our hand sanitizing stations, we had changed our housekeeping protocols, we had already started to practice social distancing, we had changed how we oriented the restaurants, the bars and everything else. So for us it was just a natural transition. So when the new protocols came out through TPDCO, it was not a difficult move for us to start doing some of the other elements because we had already been in train, we had already trained a lot of our staff members even prior to that. And during the period we also hosted a few groups that were here, like for the medical mission, the Cuban group that came in, the nurses and doctors stayed at the Pegasus. And we also had one of the BPO groups that stayed at the Holiday Inn in Montego Bay. So our staff was really already fine-tuned and understanding what the new normal would be. And so for us, it's not a difficult thing now to move forward in terms of pushing ahead with the new protocols because it's already a part of our DNA and it has been something that is well honed in our organization and our practices. So when our guests return and they see the new normal, it will be easy. And we even have learned how to smile behind our masks, which I don't have on at the moment, but believe you me, we have mastered it.
Well, the expectations, of course, is for a phased opening. And we would see the movement within our space of numbers that have to relate to our ability, first of all, to manage based on the protocols we've established and the way in which we are managing the virus, bearing in mind that much of what has been Jamaica's statistics have been imported. And tourism does provide a huge vehicle for importing of cases. So we don't want that. So we are moving slowly. The first month we brought in just about 6,000 visitors. I had projected that we would bring in 5,000 to 6,000. We brought in at over 6,000. And the second month, which began yesterday, we are expecting to have just a little over 55,000 visitors. So we will start with perhaps just about 10,000 or so workers overall, and we expect to earn for Jamaica up to the end of July just a little over 60 million US dollars.
What is expected now is an elevated standard of cleaning and sanitization, where this will come forefront and will become a visible part of the customer experience. They want to see that the rooms are being cleaned properly and being sanitized. They want to know that, you know, the public spaces. So a lot of what we do, it's based on the basic cleaning standards. What will change is the frequency with which you will clean. You know, if somebody comes to your front desk or your concierge desk, that desk will have to be cleaned and sanitized after each encounter.
On arrival, you know, our guests will be greeted by our wonderful drivers in a highly sanitized vehicle, and yes, our drivers will be wearing masks, and our guests will be required to wear masks, and that will be so throughout their stay. So you travel to the hotel, you're greeted by our wonderful team who know many of you very well, and you will be checked in as contactless as possible. You will have your temperature checked and greeted with that wonderful cold towel with a sanitizer on. So again, the wonderful Jamaica Inn experience as we welcome you home with a fruit punch or a planter's punch in your hand. So, you know, during the stay, you will also be required to wear your mask, which doesn't necessarily take away from your stay at all, just while in public areas or moving between public areas, but certainly while in the restaurants and on the beach and enjoying a cocktail at our bar, you will be able to remove your mask and so truly enjoy the wonderful Jamaica and Caribbean experience. We have bypassed the check-in process. So anywhere that could have been communal, we've done social distancing at the bars. So team members and our visitors are separated. The global standard through WHO is 6 feet apart. Sandals was built for two people in love. So as a business, we have separated over the years by design how close. It's about privacy. So whereas people are talking about 6 feet, we're looking more like 16 feet and in some cases 60 feet because we put them out on the beaches, we put them under the stars. So we're very beneficial that we have low density properties that allows for social distancing naturally.
And then of course we develop a whole series of other protocols in relation to that. By way of what do we do with our own social activities, how do we adjust our own cultural patterns and our behavior and style in the country so as to achieve those 4 key touch points.
So high touch areas are areas that we're giving particular focus on. We're working with our cleaning company to increase sanitization of these high touch areas, the security checkpoint, the restroom area, seating areas in the food court included. Our concessionaires are also on board with us with these measures, and they have very detailed protocols in place for health and safety. So we're pretty confident that those measures will work and will bring confidence really in travel.
For our housekeeping department, we've obviously enhanced our safety and sanitation protocols in terms of cleaning. Frequency is one of the things that we have improved upon and advanced in terms of the touch points. When we're doing room cleaning also, the housekeepers will go through. They have a new protocol in how to sanitize their rooms, but also when you're finished sanitizing the rooms, they're the last point of entry into the room, and those rooms will be sealed. So when the guests come to check in, they'll have a seal on their door that will say that this room has been cleaned and sanitized and sealed, and then they will be the first ones to enter the room. They're using new technology in terms of using black lights, and they're using also steam cleaners and other elements that we're putting in place just to go that extra level of sanitation. Not that it's a must requirement, but we are taking it to the next level.
One of the things that I think is really important about this situation is there was no roadmap or pathway. There was no GPS as per se as to tell us where to go. This was unfolding by the minute. We were learning about the virus, and we know so much more about the virus, 120 days later versus where we started. We've been following WHO, World Health Organization guidelines, Pan-American Health Organization guidelines, and international best practices around health and safety. Then we created these national protocols. I sat on the committee here in Jamaica and several in the Caribbean. And at the same time, then you have the sort of above the line national level, and then you have within your companies.
We have put in all the protocols, we have put in all the PPEs, we have put in all the procedures, and have our staff trained and more knowledgeable on what is required in the new normal of hotel operations.
We feel very secure in the view that Jamaica has developed the protocols to secure our destination. We've enabled the COVID security equipment or infrastructure to be acquired and positioned within the corridor. And we have so rearranged the furnishings in the area to allow for social distancing on the beach, social distances around a pool, social distances also in the dining areas, and we have required all our workers to be properly outfitted with COVID secure uniforms, equipment, and we have also trained, and that's a big point that I want to make, we have trained more than 30,000 workers already through the Tourism Product Development Company's Team Jamaica program, and also through the Jamaica Center for Tourism Innovation online training programs.
This is what you've been waiting for. A chance to change your point of view and take the break you deserve at Jamaica's resorts and attractions. When you can open your door to the seaside instead of just outside. Where you can change your mask and take a plunge.
Sunshine smiling warm up inside your heart. Feeling of pure love. Oh, Jamaican heartbeat. Dancing to the beat up inside your heart. Heartbeat of the world. Oh, Jamaican heartbeat.
Contact your travel agent today to book your staycation. Rediscoverjamaica.com.
Thank you so much for staying with us this entire time, whichever platform you've been streaming on. Thank you for staying with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, our sign and our wonderful platform on the www.rediscoverjamaica.com. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we asked you earlier to go on and sign up and make sure that you made yourself eligible for this wonderful present that I had to give away. Now, earlier you saw the vacation box. That's what we call it. We call it our vacation box. And of course, it's had all those fantastic prizes in there. So the following people are our winners, and they will be contacted by the JTB. All right? So don't run go call up the people. Them going to call you. So the following persons: Chantel92 at yahoo.com. You are a winner today. Danielle Stratza at gmail.com. You're a winner as well. And of course, Mikani Makini at gmail.com. You are our winner this evening. You will be receiving your wonderful vacation box, and it will be delivered to you. So look out for someone to contact you from the Jamaica Tourist Board, and it will be a fantastic, enjoyable experience when you open that box. Now, before we go, I'd just like to say thank you to the following people: the Ministry of Tourism and of course all its agencies, the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel for having us here today, rain or shine, the Jamaica Tourist Board, the Jamaica Association of Travel Agents, Phase 3 Productions, who made all of this possible. We have to say thank you to Main Event that made the decor possible. DJs Kurt Riley and Delano, of course, who have the party shots and are carried all the way through. They're on the ones and twos. And of course, our host for today, our MC for today, DJ Bambino. Thank you so much for staying with us, guys. And of course, go out, rediscover Jamaica. Thank you. My name is Sakina, and I've been your host. I'll see you next time.